Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon. Presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, welcome into the second season, the first round playoff edition of Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. While it's the district playoffs and state prelims in week now for Washington, Oregon full go for year two of that two-tiered postseason system at the 6A level. The highest classification being split into a pair of brackets. The top 16 for the OSAA title, 17 through 32 battling it out for the Columbia Cup trophy Westview won a year ago. We'll roll though through the Elite 8 matchups for the top 16 in week 10. A compelling matchup in Lake O. 5th seeded Lake Ridge welcoming number 12 Sheldon out of Eugene. The Pacers finished third in that darn tough Three Rivers League. Irish runners-up out of Special District 1. They had a 7-0 lead on the road at halftime. Third quarter, feed that fish by the lake. Noah Tischendorf dish out that punishment, 9-yard score. Blocked extra point, though, made it still 7-6. Pacers down 1. In the fourth quarter, they're down 10-6, and they pounded on through. An 84-yard drive capped by Tischendorf. From the 3, Lake Ridge first lead, 13-10, about 9 minutes to play. Now, Spencer Phillips grew up in Eugene playing against Sheldon while at Willamette High. His Pacers play defense, too, not allowing any sort of comeback on their home turf in the downpour. That's Luke Womack seals the deal. 13-10 Lake Ridge, drawing a quarterfinal game now with the 4th-seeded team who could argue they should be no lower than number 2. And talking about those Central Catholic Rams, the Mount Hood Conference champs, home from Hillsborough Stadium. The site of that 6A title game on November 25th, 13th-seeded North Medford made the long bus ride north for their efforts. And after forcing an opening drive punt, Black Tornado swirling for an early lead, but there's Demarion Gates, the interception to get the Rams revved up right. Few plays and flags later, Crew Newman doing that thing he does, finding Tyson Davis for that knockout punch. How about an 85-yard strike for CCHS? Can't bring him down to those bright shoes. 7-0. Next Central Catholic possession, next Central Catholic score. Newman going to dance around and find Tommy Pempel, senior to senior. 56-0. Into the quarters now for the 11th time in 12 years. The Rams will host Lake Ridge. Then lies the potential semifinal pairing with West Linn. Not a title game, but a semi. F&L in the Lions' Den. Home to the top-seeded reigning state champs from West Linn. Number 16 West Salem earning the right to take on the title holders for their win a week ago at Sheldon. The Lions have swallowed up Indian all-comers all year long, winning by at least 3 touchdowns every time out. Here's their first. Bear Gilroy on the screen to let Danny Weidman through the wide cracks. Great blocks, too. 35 yards for Weidman. 7-0. Now, John Eagle's crew does it all phases. Xavier Harris, X-Man. Good night. I love you. Delete. What a grab to lay out for the erasing that pass play on a pick play. And that would lead to this. Gilroy, the junior quarterback, going to tuck and going to run. Hard to stop that, too. 14-0. Lions on the ground. Lions in the air. Lions any way they want to do it. They just don't care. Cade Johnson tagged in for another one. 42-16 the final. Number 1 West Linn will, of course, remain home now for round 2 against another longtime rival. A classic Oregon playoff matchup to determine who saw West Linn next. Three Rivers League rival Lake Oswego, a 9 seed at number 8 Jesuit. Steve Corey, Ken Potter meeting the postseason for an 8th time in the last 15 years. We got Lonnie Burt. Sunny day, sweeping those clouds away. How about a 19-yard street play there? Pull the strings, 19 yards, 7-0 Crusaders. Second quarter, Lakers got the propeller spinning. It's LaMarcus Bell, the sophomore, one of the best backs around, though. 20-yard game for the Lake Show. On the traveling show, Max Bronner hit Connor Croteau for the 10-yard score to draw it at 7-7. Now, Trey Cleveland, a senior star, the apple of his father's eye. The cherry on the night, though, Jace Burton laying out like Dad taught him how. Nigel Stun, a senior stud. Same combo, same drive. Cleveland Burton finished the job. 43 yards to go ahead. It was wet. It was wild. 34-28 Jesuit. Their 15th straight first-round win. Potter now needs one more victory to equal Dayton's Dewey Sullivan for the most in state history at 352. Might it happen next Friday in West Linn? Well, Ida B. Wells won its first outright city championship in 20 years. Fox 12's Jeff Lindblom in Hillsdale for the Guardians' first playoff game since 2012. Jeff, 7th seeded, those PIL champs certainly up against the dough with the Nelson Hawks at a Happy Valley, making their second ever playoff appearance to earn a 10th seed as that second place team out of the Mount Hood Conference, Jeff, only lost to West Linn and Central Catholic. Had it play out tonight in Hillsdale.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are right. It is playoff season, Nick. Today it was a rainy game today, which pinned the Guardians at home against the Hawks. And they're just two teams, honestly, they're just happy to be in the running. The Guardians hosting their first playoff show in over a decade against the Hawks, hunting their first playoff win. And just 3 plays in, Eddie Chiamani shows off what he's got, flying through defenders and tumbling into the end zone. An interception will give number 3 and quarterback Avery Durdall a chance to get out of trouble and connects with the next number that follows, being number 4 and Tyler Cresswick, who will turn on the Hyper Jets or wings. Look at that boy fly. 14 zip. Griffin Scott shows off the Guardians' notorious running game. Oh, look out. Quick reflexes there, but that doesn't turn into very much. Next up, it's the away team as Eli Stevenson lays out to get this one across the line as the Hawks continue to climb the heights of a 3-score game. And those heights only get higher and higher as Durdall throws a dart to Andre Miller, who will dodge a defender and go, 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 go. No Guardians in sight. That's 35 up on the board. But the Guards are looking to do the opposite on offense and get a score for themselves, as it's surprisingly not their running game that'll do it, as Spencer Reed will lob this one to Griffin Scott, who says thank you very much. A 2-point conversion will get them to 8, but not enough for the win, as they do fall to the Hawks, who get their first playoff win, and it's Eddie Chiamani who had that first score. He says he just wanted to take that one to the house.
We came in the week with just fire, just wanting to do better and get better every day.
The biggest thing is, I mean, you can see it right now. These guys love each other. They care about each other so much, and it's a joy. It's a joy to be around this group.
Final score, 48-8. But according to the Guardians head coach, it's not too tough a loss. He is still very, very proud of his team. Stay tuned later in the show, and we will show you why. Reporting from IW Wells, Jeff Lindblom, Friday Night Lights.
Well, 8-1 Tualatin, a home 2 seed, the second-place team in that Three Rivers League against a second-place team from the PIL. Number 15 Roosevelt in the home of the Timberwolves. The Rough Riders knew they were in for a rough battle. Tualatin senior quarterback Nolan Keeney fractured his collarbone back in week 4. The target, a first-round return. Here's your sign. More than good to go. First play of the game from the 10. Feels good to do it again. Nolan's buddy, their fill-in quarterback. It's A.J. Nolan running free. The Colorado State commit a 90-yard score. First play of the game to open that door. The T-Wolves didn't let the Rough Riders even step foot on the rug. 3rd and long, not a problem when you got Jaden Fortier on your side. Likely Gatorade Player of the Year. Takes what he wants. Big first down to set up the disrespect of the night. And I mean that in a positive way. Fortier off to play for Arizona State in that Big 12, and this is the Big Fork. Get off me! A ragdoll toss at the goal line, making football fun again. 49-3 to howl at the night. So Nelson will now travel to Tualatin for Week 11 in the quarterfinals. One of the last 4 unbeatens into the night. 3rd seeded Sherwood, the Bowman, Pacific Conference champs, haven't allowed a defensive touchdown since Week 1. 14th seeded Oregon City, just another of the 6 Three Rivers League teams in the championship bracket. Pioneer 5-4. Casey Covert, we know he's that dude. The quarterback's got free range to dial it up when he sees nothing else but his own number. You can mark this one down for a zigzagging 23-yard opening score for the home black and maroon. Trevor Nibby, another senior, just knows winning and doing it the right way. Trevor in for 6 more in the rain. 14-0. How about an arrow? Covert from his quiver on the run. Keaton freed to be in from 21. 35 zip at half. 41-8 Bowman at the end. The quarters will next be in the 4th of Sherwood's New Palace off of Highway 99. And we're talking about strength of schedule. Tigard went winless in that Three Rivers League, earned an 11 seed, a date at unbeaten South Salem, champs of a Special District 1. Tigers, not paper for sure. Air sacked his attack. They were piloted by the senior Ethan Palmatier, 6'8" leader in passing touchdowns and yards, but unable to score anything. A pick, a fumble, and a dominating Tigers win. Going with Gavin Simons at starting quarterback, the senior, to Roman Martin, roaming around for a little yards after catch, first down there. Tigard smelling blood. Trevin Laird, some of those best hands, clamps down on that one. 6-yard score, 10-0, Tigard. Then the home run ball here, really to kill off any comeback. Simons lashing out to Martin. Get that kid a chariot. A fire run here. The will, the want, the 73-yard touchdown. Stamp of approval. South's first loss of the year, 17-0 Tiger, moving on to a round 2 matchup at number 3 Sherwood. We turn now to Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar live in Hillsborough, with the 5A Spartans hosted a playoff game for the first time since 2014. You got a little victory train horn there. Meantime, Paulina, McKay put together a 6-3 season in the always tough Mid-Willamette Conference. They were an 11 seed, but Hill High, Paulina, it is 2 years removed from one win. That came via a forfeit this night. Super special for Spartan.
That's right. You know, they had one win 2 years ago. Last year, they add a couple more to their schedule. And then this year, they're in the playoffs. And that just goes to show you how much this team has come together. They've bonded over the past 3 years. And they say that it's because they play with heart. And they definitely put that on the field tonight. The Spartans hosting their first playoff game since 2014, and everyone in town showed up for it. It remains 0-0 going into the second. On the 5-yard line, quarterback Calvin Perkins with the handoff to Skylar Saltzman, who pushes his way through for the first TD of the night. Spartans up 7-0. Still in the second, Kieran Fui Maona with the punt, but the Spartans blocked it. That leads us from the 1-yard line, and it takes a village. Perkins again to Preston Echeverria for 6, and they go for a 2-point conversion, but that is no good. Now we go to the third. Spartans up 13-0, 4th down, and they go to the Wildcat formation, but the direct snap from Echeverria, who instead of running, lobs it to James Blackwell, and this time that 2-point conversion stands, and it's 21-0. To the 4th we go, and another punt, and yet another block, this time by Nolan Godzi, who recovers it on the 10-yard line. Perkins again, this time to Saltzman, does a little dance into the end zone for their last and final touchdown. The Royal Scots snuck in a TD with less than a minute to go, but that's all she wrote. 28-8 Spartans.
This is the first time you guys are hosting a playoff round game in 10 years.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
It's been exciting. I love playing with my group of people, and it's just a great experience. I would ride or die for these boys behind me. I love them with all my heart.
It was the slow start of that first quarter, 0-0. Then you guys started going. What was there about this team that got those dudes ready for the rest of the game?
We just came with a lot of heart, and we had to push through, keep banging, and we knew we were going to score. And we knew they were going to give up.
As you guys move forward, the playoffs are going to get tougher and tougher. What do you guys got to focus on this week to kind of move on beyond next week?
Play as a team, get to the ball, and just play old-fashioned football.
There you have it. It's as simple as that. Just some old-fashioned football. Hillsborough will be heading into the second round of playoffs to face off the undefeated Mountain View next week in Bend. That'll do it for me here, live in Hillsborough. Paulina Aguilar, Friday Night Lights. Nick.
I need to coat like that. 5A first round for the Foxhole. Unbeaten Silverton, a 2nd seed. Wilsonville's number 1. Number 15, Hood River Valley, pleased to earn a way into the playoff party for a 2nd straight year. Last season, they lost the eventual champs from Summit. Silverton would love the same karma. Sawyer Teeny, always so sneaky. 35-yarder on the junior signal caller. And, you know, Brody Sullivan, a senior on a mission for that big blue trophy. Sully pursues that blue in that first down. Mentini on the Air Fox attack. Kai Holly, ring him up. 24-yarder in the rain, 2-score lead. It would be 3-2. Teeny goes the long way on the move to Cohen Mulick behind the D, and that 6'1 senior let you go later. 49 yards, 44-7 final. Silverton gets to 10-0. Conference rival West Albany now will wait in round 2. Still to come, some teams make the playoffs annually, some wait decades. We're in the mud with those Jervis Cougars after their turnaround of the century. Plus more from our 2 live crews on those history-making nights at Wells and Hillsborough. Plus football to football. A LaCenter senior is doing things now that no one has ever accomplished for the Wildcats. Shayla Bradley in the high school spotlight when this Week 10 playoff edition of Friday Night Lights returns right here on Fox 12.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.